There's nothing better than getting a jump start on the new season, and that's exactly what we're doing today. So buckle in because it's time to get excited about the upcoming fall fashion trends. Hi, I'm Leonie and welcome to my channel. Now I know that I'm super early when it comes to talking about fall fashion, but forewarned is forearmed, right? And who doesn't want to know what's coming up and heading our way? Certainly I love to know what trends are coming and what I need to hold on to and what pieces I need to keep a lookout for. So that's exactly what we're doing in today's episode. So without further ado, let's just get straight into these trends. Now this first trend is possibly a little bit unexpected because it's not something that I would normally associate with the colder months, but that is the return of full skirts. I love the fact that a lot of the designers added their own fresh take to this classic style of skirt. So there were details that just kind of modernized these skirts. So things like unfinished hems. I even saw a couple of these beautiful full skirts made out of leather. So there was sort of an unpredictability to them, which excited me. And of course, anything that we see on the runway, we can expect to see also in store for fall. So there will be versions of these full skirts available, and they're first and foremost on my list here because I do think that they are very wearable and they work back beautifully with some knee-high boots, ankle boots, some of the fall footwear that we'll be seeing as well. Now it looks like trench coats may be taking a slight back seat come fall to what I saw a lot of coming down the runway, and that was pea coats. And of course, pea coats are nothing new. We have seen them year after year after year. They've been around forever. But again, designers seem to be just giving them a little bit of a modern flair. Again, with the fabrics and some of the details that they were creating on these coats. There were structured leather versions at Prada and Saint Laurent, which is to be expected, and a mod sort of silhouette at Gucci. So it's definitely worth keeping an eye out for these pea coats at the beginning of the season. As you know, we're in summer sale time at the moment, so before we know it, we're going to start seeing some of these new pieces drop. So definitely keep an eye out for these pea coats. And at this point, I'd just like to say a very big thank you to the team at Wearable, Sweden, for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. For the past few months, I've been trialing one of their super cool new generation LED face masks. Now, I'm sure you've seen something similar online, but I'm absolutely loving it. And let me show you why. Sorry for the extreme close-up with no makeup on my skin, but I wanted to show you how I've been using the new FAQ 202, which is just a fancy name for the newest generation silicone face mask. It also conveniently comes on this little face, so it's a great place to store it. It keeps it perfectly in shape, and as you can kind of tell, it's really lightweight. So to get started using it, you do have to start with a clean, dry face. And then I actually add a couple of pumps of the primer and then kind of rub that into my skin. Now, once the primer is on, you pop the face mask on, and this is going to look really weird, but let me tell you, it is well worth it. As you can see, it's super easy to put on. I can still talk, I can still go about my day and do everything I need to do while it's on, which is one of the benefits for me. So all you do is click the on button, and then this is my favorite. It is the red LED. Now there are different settings and different treatments, and all do a different thing. And it's really easy to change between them. There's a little universal switch, which is right here, and you can just click that. And as you can see, the LED changes. So I've been getting LED treatments in salon for the last couple of years, but I do find it really annoying because you have to book an appointment, you have to go into the salon, when there's something like this that you can use at home. And while at 57, I don't really like what's happening to my skin in terms of aging, I know that if I do everything I possibly can to keep it looking as good and as healthy for as long as I can, then I'm happy. Foreo is also celebrating their 11th birthday and they're offering some really amazing discounts on their website. So I will leave a link to Foreo Sweden in the description box below. They've also kindly given me a discount code to share with you to save 11% off your order, and that discount is on top of some of the already greatly discounted prices. So my discount code is simply StyleIns11, but I'll leave all of that information in the description box below. But if you would like to try a super cool space age anti-aging device, then definitely click that link below and go and check out the Foreo Sweden options. They have loads. Last fall winter we saw lots of oversized chunky scarves that sort of were almost more throws than they were scarves. And as we know, designers like to push things along a little bit, and this season we're seeing those pieces or those scarves and wraps being built into coats and jackets. And what this does is just create effortless, easy dressing options. I saw some beautiful shearling type throws incorporated into garments. Ferragamo had a poncho style piece which was really floaty and draped beautifully, and my favorite of all was probably a funnel neck style which just was so snuggly looking and practical, and that was at the Bottega show. So there were lots of different options to definitely rug up in style and make it easy to just add that final piece of the puzzle to a wintry outfit. Fur coats and faux fur coats are definitely something that you would expect to see on the fall runways, but it seemed that there was a bit of a theme when it came to these coats, and there were a lot of brown fur coats that were being shown, and coats that seemed very reminiscent of something that you would have seen your granny wearing many years ago. Certainly designers like Celine and Miu Miu both showcased fur coats that had sort of exaggerated collars and definitely furs that were sort of reminiscent from times past. But I think these browns and chocolate furs are in response to a lot of the kind of colourful furs and colourful coats that we've seen over the past few seasons. But I do think that these are a really good option. They're timeless and sort of buying into that minimalist, timeless style of dressing that we are seeing a lot of. And that leads in really nicely to the next trend, which is elevated basics. There were a lot of designers that showcased some really good classic basic pieces in their shows, but these pieces all seem to have a little bit of a modern edge. I talked about this particular trend recently in a video and referred to it as discreet chic. In fact, it's basically a kind of a quiet luxury style of dressing that, as you probably know, is a term I don't really like the kind of connotations attached to that. But what it stands for is very much a minimalist, timeless style of dressing and investing in good, solid pieces that you can wear for years to come. So I love the philosophy of that style of dressing. And what seemed to happen for fall was designers showcased a lot of these really good solid capsule pieces, but they added a little bit of interest to them. Victoria Beckham added a funnel neck detailing to one of her coats. There were lots and lots of these really good solid capsule pieces on offer, which often you don't see quite as much from designers. I also really love looking at color trends when it comes to these sorts of videos, and of course the color red is having a moment right now, and we've seen lots of vibrant colors over the past few seasons. And if I had to choose one color that seemed to be repeating and trending, it would be the color green. Now there seemed to be every type of green on offer as well, from your sort of moss greens to khakis to your lighter sort of pistachio greens. There was a green for everyone. Of course, each designer had their own interpretation of this color, and some designers went all out with green, like Loewe, Jill Sander. Some designers even added neon, pops of neon to their collections. So there really is going to be every interpretation of the color green. Now this one may divide some of you, I'm sure, but leopard print has been enjoying a bit of a slow and steady return over the past few years. And come fall, it seems to be running wild. Every single designer created something with leopard print. And I don't know whether it's mob wife gone rogue or what has happened, but leopard print is here, come fall in a very big way. Now, I'm sure plenty of you are thinking that leopard print is very much a neutral anyway, and that is definitely the case. But of course, like anything, trends come and go, and it just hasn't been quite as popular a neutral over the last few years. But as I said, it is gaining momentum, and come fall, you can expect to see a lot of it. Now, while there were a lot of fur coats happening on the runways, there were also lots and lots of puffers and padded style jackets. Now, that's music to my ears because I'm a huge fan of a good padded or puffer jacket. I don't know about you guys, but they seem to me my go-to jackets. I love the fact that they're lightweight, and certainly over the last few years we've seen lots of fun colors and different interpretations of a classic puffer creeping in. And this season there is no exception. A lot of the puffers that I saw on the runways were cropped, so again, that's not going to suit everyone, but when it comes to wearing those crop pieces, you can just layer underneath, so you've got those longer layers there as well. But there were lots of interesting puffers, and I've also said padded jackets here too, because some of them just looked like they were one big puff and not individual little puffer style jackets. They were, yeah, just very big puffy jackets. Again, I think sometimes this can be a little bit of a scary look because we do tend to think that it adds a little bit more size to us and can make us look bigger than we are. Certainly the cropped puffers help to avoid that happening, and like always, it's how you style these pieces. But certainly puffers are here again for a long time, not just a good time. So if you've got a great puffer or two or three like me, then definitely hang on to them. And if you're anything like me, you will love a good Moto jacket. And I've got one that I have had for years and years. It's a slightly oversized jacket, but for fall, what the designers seemed to do was kind of go crazy with different styles. Some of the Moto jackets that were on offer were more fitted, some were definitely more oversized. There were some that were kind of pared back and very minimal, but there definitely seems to be a Moto style jacket very much happening for fall winter this year. And again, I think this is a really valuable piece to team back with some of the other items like our full skirts and some of the ladylike pieces that are very sort of feminine, teaming them back with something a little bit more grungy and hard line like a Moto style jacket is a really nice way to kind of create a modern outfit. I love that juxtaposition of pairing something sort of high and low together and creating an unexpected outfit. But these Moto jackets were great, and as I said, they're not just the classic motorbike style jacket that you have seen in the past. There are lots of different versions of it, so there is definitely going to be something there that is wearable and will suit your particular style. And last but not least is clever fringe detailing, and we have seen fringing starting to creep its way into the current season, and come fall it's going to be here as well. So everything from small fringe detail added to, say, jackets and coats to pieces that were almost cocooned in fringing, so really taking over the outfit. I'm a recent convert to fringing, and I do think that it just adds an element of interest to an outfit, and it gives you a sense of movement and texture that's sometimes needed, especially if you're creating outfits that are more simple and pared back. Adding a fringed piece can definitely add some texture and movement and create that interest to an outfit. If you enjoyed getting a jump start on the fall fashion trends, then why not take a look at summer's hottest accessories that are here right now? All you need to do is click or tap on the screen here, and I'll see you there.